Hi guys, it's Sarah with Ampersanduniquegifts and Home Decor. So I have to tell you a story. I actually have just finished the work that I was doing on my storage container that is going to be on the video after this. But what I wanted to tell you was a story that some of you may be okay with and some of you may think I'm crazy, but that's okay. One of the totes in my storage container that had springs in it from an old bed mattress had just completely disintegrated when I went to pick it up. It was an old plastic Rubbermaid, who knows how old, container. And when I went to pick it up, it just shattered in my hands, and I was kind of picking springs up and tossing them back in, and I kept hearing something, and I kept thinking, what is that noise? So finally I'm going around everywhere in the container, and I got my ear down, and I realized it's coming from that little tote. And so I realized that down in there under those springs is a mouse nest. And so I get out. I have to climb out over a bunch of stuff because I had climbed in there and was stacking stuff that I knew was going to come out of the container there at the end. So I finally climbed over, and I was able to get this. Again, it was disintegrating, and every time I tried to pick it up, pieces of it broke off. And I got it out, and I pulled some of the springs out, and then there was really nothing else to do but just dump it out. And there were 6 baby mice and a mama. And the mama took off running. I mean, as soon as, you know, she hit the ground, she was gone. And I started collecting and trying to get these little baby mice. They were probably about that long. They were, I don't know, 1.5 inches, not including their tiny little stubby tails. And, you know, I live out here in the country, so they're field mice. They're not, you know, they're not like, I don't know, is there a possibility to say things that there's clean mice and dirty mice? But anyway, they were field mice. So I scooped up all the babies, and I took the bedding, as much of the bedding out as I could. And I've also made myself sweat. I wore myself out. It's toasty. So I took around the corner, and where my shipping container is set up on railroad ties, I put it underneath there and put all the little babies back in the bedding and hoped that she would watch. So through the time that I've been working on the container, she has one by one come and got all of the babies. And I just looked, it's been about 1.5 hours, and I just looked, and all 5 or 6, I honestly don't know, that I had a handful, so I'm not sure, there were 5 or 6, at least 5. And she has taken all the babies, and I noticed that actually some of the bedding, you could see where she's pulling the bedding and trying to take some of the bedding. So I don't know where she is. I hope that she's not somewhere where she's going to be just as dangerous. My husband's truck's parked over there, so hopefully she didn't find a place in the truck that seemed like a good place. I'm hoping that maybe she took them farther back somewhere else under the storage container where they'll be safe. But anyway, it warmed my heart to know that they are all okay, that Mama came back and got them, and hopefully they'll live somewhere else. My husband laughed at me because he said, you know, you like them now, but when you've got 6 new mice in your storage container tearing things up, you're going to be really mad. But I can't end a life. I can't. I rescue spiders and snakes and even those things. I just needed to know that everybody was okay. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to show you some pictures of the container and a quick video going through it after I've kind of organized it, and then some pictures where I even put more stuff in after that. But I at least have a walkway, and I can get in there and see what's in there and get things out one by one and work on them, rather than opening the door and it being so overwhelming that I just shoved more stuff in there. So I'm really excited, and I hope that you'll stick around. I hope that you'll subscribe if you are not already subscribed, and click that notification bell so that you will get notified when I upload videos where you'll see some of these things get made into whatever they're going to be in their next phase of life, giving them their end. So thanks again. I'll see you on the flip side.
So my container got to where it just was so full that I would just open the door and shove my stuff in there, and then you couldn't walk, you couldn't get to anything, and I couldn't even tell what I had.
Okay, so I have rearranged, I guess you can call it that, different things from my storage container so that I can at least get to them. I know it might still look like a crazy mess to some of you, but there are others of you that I know will understand, and I am so excited to finally have things so that I can walk in here and actually see what I have. Some things are literally just being stored in here. This little red rocker is not a repurpose item and is not for sale, but it is happily waiting for someday when I have grandchildren. It was my father's, and then it was my brother's, and then it was mine, and then it was my daughter's. So we will hold on to that, but I'm going to put some hooks on the rails here, and then I can hang some things up there and get them kind of out of the way. This guitar case is actually empty. It is going to be turned into a shelf. I have a piece of wood that I've already traced to go inside there. So that will actually become like a jewelry cabinet. I have this old quilt rack, lots of legs and spindles there. Just some random things. My daughter takes these old chicken waters and turns them into birdhouses and does really well. This, I had used liquid nails to hold all of these together, and well, let's just say it didn't make it. And then this got set aside where it has now all completely rusted again. But I will start over. I will find a new way to attach these. Thank goodness it came undone while I still had it, and not after I had sold it to somebody. But then I also have legs. We have some legs to put on there. Lots of little old, or at least old looking, I don't know how old some of them are, gas cans, a milk can there that my daughter got. She has a tractor seat, there we go, right there, that she wants to make a little bench. An old hay set. Again, this little pink chair here is not for sale. That was my mother's when she was a little girl, and I'm going to reupholster it with old quilts. I've been collecting quilts for a while, just trying to find ones that are going to be what I want. So that'll come out of here, but it'll actually not be for sale. I paid $4 a piece for these soda crates, and they have the square grid in them, so they're perfect for shelving. Then my bucket of different pots, and I just love to do different things. I like to plant flowers in these. Different things here. This is a thermos. It's a really cool thermos. There's actually an old ice cream maker bucket in there. I'm sorry, there's my husband's grinding on some stuff in the shop behind me, so it's really loud. And then I also have a thing for ladders. So I've got like this one here is like 4 feet. And then I've got one here that is 6 feet. I just seem to love these old wood ladders. And here's my nativity set that I'm going to repaint and redo. Look at this giant chicken water. This old trash can. I just love that old trash can. This I got out of the trash. How's that? This old table here. This table and another table I paid $22 for at an auction a couple weekends ago. And it is a marble top. I have flipped it upside down and looked at how it's put together. It is actually not a reproduction. You can tell from the way it's put together. I have this really cool cart. These come out, and it is a tray there. I'm going to have to do some sanding and painting, and then I'm probably going to add some transfers and make a thing there. I've got an old radio cabinet here that I'm going to redo and just kind of make like a little sideboard. I've got an idea. I'll show you guys on a flip video. A box of goodies that I brought home after Easter, just because they didn't sell in the booth, so they'll have to wait till next year. And then this is actually what prompted my whole digging in the container. Hope I'm not making you guys dizzy walking around. In the container, because I'm going to put this on my porch with flowers in it, but I was waiting until we got the house finished and moved. So we've now been here for 8 or 9 months. So I am going to finally dug that out, and I'm going to put it on the porch. And then I have this old mirror. Look, I'll do the ultimate, where we never know how to take pictures of our mirrors. Hi. This mirror weighs a ton. It's so heavy. and I don't really know what, I don't want to get rid of the original. It's really cool, but the mirror, it's not on there, and the mirror wiggles. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but oh my goodness, it is so heavy. You know, just some other things. These are some things that are going up to the house or in the shop. You know, I've got my pile of things that I'm going to go ahead and take in the shop. The wood is actually going to come in here. My husband put these racks up here for me so that I can store wood scraps and different things that are in there. I have this old barn door here. I had 2 sewing machine bases that I was always going to use and make a table out of it. And I ended up using one of the sewing machine bases for something else. And the other one is actually buried right there. But yeah, I mean, just, I've got lots of, there's like 3 coat racks in here. This I love. I bought this white piece here. Can't get my hand, there we go. To, just to hang a wreath on, just to paint and hang a wreath on. And it's actually foam core, which doesn't change what I'm going to do with it. It actually makes it kind of neater because it's light, but it's not going to be as sturdy as, say, a wood one. So we'll see how it goes. This is a bird on my back up where you can see it, where you would hang a bird house, or a cage, bird cage. And it was one of those things, you know, you go to these auctions and you see things and you're not 100% sure what you're going to do with it, but you just think, I have to have that. There's got to be something cool I can do with it. I know, that's what I did. So here it sits. But anyway, yeah. So, again, it's kind of a cross between, you know, storing some things that I just needed some place to put, as well as things that are waiting to have some new life added to them. I got this box of bed springs. My neighbor burned a mattress, so I told her if she would cut all the springs off for me, I'd give her $20, and I've been slowly making things out of those for several years now. I just told my husband I'm probably just going to set them out at the next show and just sell the springs individually, or so many for so much money, because I think I'm about finished with making things out of springs. But yeah, so here it is. I am so excited to finally have a place. These trunks are things that my daughter bought. She likes to redo trunks. This one's really tall. The bottom was completely rotted. It was even taller than that. And she cut the bottom off and put a new piece of wood on it. And then she's got the trim that she'll put around it so that she can finish it out and paint it. She paid $25. She got 2 of them. And then she's going to make a new top and make a bench out of this one and put casters on it. It's an old drugstore trunk, but it's pretty cool. So those are her projects sitting here waiting. So actually several of the things in here are hers, waiting to be redone. But anyway, I just thought I'd share with you the fun reorganization. These crutches, there's 2 of them there. Can't really tell, but there's 2 of them there. And I have cut little skinny boards and then stained them with dark and decrepit, and I'm going to put those in there and just make a little A-frame, tiny little A-frame shelf for little whatnots. But cool. Well, thanks for sticking around, and I will do a video of some of these things in their repurposing. So if you are not already a subscriber, then definitely click subscribe. If you are a subscriber and returning to my channel, thank you. I'm so glad that you came back. And I will add some videos of some of these things getting their life. Thank you guys. Bye.
You take a paper and start making me. Every step is major. Try to be focusing, and of course it hurts every thought you make, but I know for what it's for my own sake. I'm a paper blind, wind is throwing me across the sky. paper plane. This is what you've done to me, but thanks to you, turbulence doesn't scare me anymore. All ups and downs